Allowed to visit one of Pakistan's nuclear test sites for the first time. This from Diane Tong.
This is the first close glimpse the world's television reporters have been given of the region where Pakistan conducted its underground tests. A helicopter was the only way the media could be transported to the remote test site in the middle of the Rushko mountain range of Chaghi. It was in this tunnel that Pakistan's first 5 explosions were carried out. The devices went off 2,800 feet below the ground in a concrete-sealed tunnel. The tunnel is now sealed off. Both Pakistan and India have been hit by severe international economic sanctions for carrying out the tests. Pakistan's information minister, however, sees it as the price the country must pay for security and freedom.
We have been ready to face the economic fallout. We have to pay a price to preserve, protect and promote our national security and our independence, and the people of Pakistan are ready to pay that price.
Islamabad's tests were in response to 5 explosions carried out by neighbouring India. Pakistan carried out test number 6 in the nearby Karan desert. It described it as a militarized device and said it was exploded in a 36-foot shaft. The two countries have fought 3 wars in the last 50 years, 2 of them over the disputed border region of Kashmir.
For the first time, there has been establishment of strategic military and political parity between Pakistan and India, which only goes to show that size does not equal strength. Secondly, the Kashmir question, which is central to peace and security of South Asia, has now been accepted by the international community as having an inextricable linkage between the larger issue of security in South Asia.
But while Pakistan takes pride in its tests, much of the rest of the world is deeply worried. It fears an arms race in the region could spiral out of control. Diane Tong, ITN.
And now I look at the morning papers. And fireworks display. Experts say the eruptions are no way dangerous and pose no threat to nearby towns and villages. UN Secretary-General Kofi Annan is in Nigeria trying to secure the release of the opposition.
A town that's being called the most dangerous in Europe.
The Kosovo Liberation Army held out for a week after taking a coal mine near the regional capital, Pristina. Their first industrial target in the conflict. He shouts, "Don't shoot," to a comrade. The seizure of the mine shows the KLA's increasing confidence in the 4th month of the war. It was their first move off the hills onto Kosovo's northern plain. Against the tanks and mortar fire of the Yugoslav army and Serbian police, they have high morale.
It's my homeland. I will die here.
After 2.5 days of pounding, the police retook the mine. The mainly Albanian villages close by were empty and damaged, but the Serb forces showed some restraint, perhaps fearing NATO retaliation if they had overreacted. The KLA offensive has had a major effect on Serbian civilians who now openly patrol their areas in the ethnic patchwork of Serb and Albanian villages which border the huge area of Kosovo now under KLA control.
This is ours. You see how hard they're fighting to seize it. We should fight 5 times as hard to defend it.
The arming of Serb civilians makes this a powder keg, and the spark which could ignite it into another Bosnia is the tiny village Kijevo, whose Serb civilians are under siege from the KLA. It's the most dangerous place in Europe, according to the Americans. Already the Serbs have used helicopters to try to break the KLA siege. Further provocation on either side can only escalate the crisis, despite attempts by Kosovan Albanian politicians to bring the KLA under political control. Even the refugees cleared from their homes in the battle for the mine gave the clenched fist salute of the KLA. The KLA want to fight and not to talk, and given the scale of their support, it's hard to see how they can lose unless Serbia kills every Albanian. The outcome then may appear to be predictable. Serbia can never regain complete control here, but they may extract a high price in blood as they try. And tonight, the KLA are still patrolling the hills above the mine, within sight of the Serbian police. Their local commander says they still control part of the mine village. They've lost a battle, but the war goes on. David Loyne, BBC News, Kosovo.
Here, John Major is accusing Tony Blair of dumbing down the standard of political debate in a speech to Asian professionals.